Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace, my go-to for building a website and online shop. Hello dear friends, welcome to part 4 of this video series detailing my most recent work in progress. If you'd like to watch several hours of real-time tutorials with voiceovers recorded as I paint, plus access to hundreds of hours of exclusive content and monthly art rewards, feel free to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/happydartist. It's a space where I share more in-depth content for those of you who want to dive deeper into technique, process, and the behind-the-scenes moments that don't always make it into these videos. Today, we are tackling the remaining arm and the fishbowl. Actually, to be honest, it took me 2 days to paint these things. 1 day for the arm, another day for the fishbowl. We're doing some home renovations right now that only allow me a small amount of time to paint each day. So my painting sessions are only about 1 to 2 hours per day, which is an interesting, almost accidental experiment kind of, where I try to squeeze in as much as I can in that consistently small window of time. And it's honestly kind of hilarious how slowly I paint nowadays. Like a full day's work amounts to a single hand or just a few square inches of paint coverage. But since I painted every single day for a whole week, looking back, I almost finished the entire main pass in just 1 week. And that is actually quite fast. So even though each brushstroke is slow and each daily painting hour feels slow, as long as we stay consistent and keep up the even slow momentum, we can still make steady, fast progress. Okay, so this bowl was such a pain, even though I do like how it turned out afterwards. But after I initially transferred my drawing, I didn't spray enough fixative before I toned the panel. So the transfer lines weren't properly protected and some of them kind of rubbed off. I was able to re-find some of the transfer lines and reinforce them with paint, but the fishbowl lines had almost completely disappeared. And let me tell you, trying to freehand a spherical man-made object with paint is very hard, for me at least. I had similar pains when painting the birdcage headdress in my previous portrait. So man-made objects are just so specific and unforgiving if even a small measurement is slightly off. And I just don't have a lot of practice painting like objects. So a lot of my stuff is, florals and trees and water and just things that are more organic. So this is definitely something I need to practice more. Also, I just kept changing my mind on whether or not I wanted her arms to be pressed up against the bowl or propped up on either side of the bowl without touching it. Or maybe one arm touches it and one doesn't, just to add some asymmetry to the composition. It's almost comedic, the type of little things that artists obsess over in our paintings, usually things that individually aren't that noticeable or important to the general audience, but each painting is just an amalgamation of hundreds of these seemingly insignificant micro decisions, carefully mulled over by the artist. But yeah, in the end, I wanted the hands and arms to be gently resting on and therefore touching the fishbowl. So there are a few extra adjustments I need to make in the second pass to reinforce that relationship. Oh, also, painting glass was so fun. I can't recall if I've ever painted glass, or at least I've never featured a glass object as a major element in a painting, and it was so incredibly satisfying to render. It started off kind of scary and awkward because I felt like I was just putting down random colors and hoping for the best. And the glass effect doesn't fully emerge until near the very end when all the colors can give each other more meaningful context. And man, those juicy, bright highlights are probably the most fun things to paint ever. This really inspires me to try to add some more elements to my work that I don't typically paint, because every new thing, even just a small object, can lead to a delightful little adventure. And that about wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching and for sticking with me through every step of this long painting journey. I'm really hoping to have this piece finished by next month, so hopefully this series won't have more than 6 parts total, but we will see. And of course, you guessed it, my eternal never-ending sale is still going on in my shop, so if you'd like 20% off your order of prints and originals, just enter the code HOLIDAY at happyd-artist.com. And if you're interested in learning more about how to paint and draw, I have lots of art educational content on my Patreon page, including exclusive video tutorials, step-by-step photo tutorials, live streams, podcasts, and even surprise art gift boxes. All available at patreon.com/happydartist. I'd love to have you join my Patreon family. A big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and supporting the art community. I've been using Squarespace for 10 years now, and it's been an integral part of being able to make a living as an artist. Aside from their beautiful, customizable templates and easy-to-use interface, Squarespace now has so many robust tools to help make website building be both effective and intuitive. There's a new design intelligence feature that uses a combination of industry experience and cutting-edge AI to help you make a website bespoke to your brand and digital identity. Squarespace takes the intimidation out of setting up an online shop with their intuitive e-commerce platform that accepts every type of payment method you can imagine, all with just a few simple clicks, so you can easily sell your work all around the world. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/happydartist to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Also, if you want to check out more artworks, works in progress, and just random daily artist adventures, feel free to check out my Instagram, and you can follow me at the handle @happydartist.